Welcome back to another Camtasia Cues video. In today's episode, you will learn how to cut unwanted audio and video media in your Camtasia video project using Camtasia Studio 8 in a Windows OS environment. Editing is an essential skill for nearly every type of Camtasia project. No matter how well you prepared, there's a good chance you made a few errors. But don't worry, recording a flawless screencast is something even experts struggle with. In just a few minutes, you'll learn how to instantly and effectively remove these errors. We'll show you how to use the playhead and markers to select and cut errors at the beginning, middle, and end of your audio and video media in the timeline. By the end of this tutorial, you'll be an editing champion. Take that, unanticipated sneeze! Let's get started. Before you begin editing, you'll need to save the project you're working on. Doing this will safeguard your recording and automatically open it in the editor. Your Camtasia recording will appear in the clip bin located on the top left corner of your screen. When you're ready to edit your video, drag your Camtasia recording from the clip bin to the timeline. You will notice that Camtasia automatically creates two tracks, the top one for the video and the bottom one for the audio. In this first example, we'll be showing you how to edit the video and audio tracks at once. To assist with more accurate audio and video cutting, click on the Zoom In icon. With just one click, you will see your timeline expand. Continue clicking until you feel comfortable with your view of the media on the timeline. Before you begin cutting your video, it is always important to be mindful of how your playhead is positioned. We'll start by editing out unwanted footage at the beginning of our recording. Let's begin by positioning the playhead at the start of the video. Next, click the red marker to the right of the playhead and drag it to the end of the clip section you wish to delete. To make sure you've clipped the right section of video, you can press the play button to preview what you are planning to delete. After you preview the clip, if you need to adjust the length of the clip, you can do so by using the red marker. When you feel comfortable with the part of the clip you'd like to delete, click on the Cut icon, which is located above the timeline. This will cut out the portion of the clip you've selected and move your existing media to the beginning of the timeline. Don't worry if you've made a mistake. You can always go to the Edit drop-down menu and select Undo to get back what you previously deleted. If you wish to cut just the video or just the audio, you can press the Lock icon on the track you do not want to edit. This will ensure that the changes you make will only be made to the unlocked track. As we showed before, make sure your playhead is at the desired location. Select and drag the red marker to the desired endpoint for the clip, and once again select the Cut icon. As you can see, the changes have only affected your unlocked track, and your media will slide back to the beginning of the play point. To return back to editing both tracks at once, press the Lock icon again to unlock the track. Now that you're comfortable editing the beginning of your video, let's move on to cutting clips that are midway through your project. Slide the playhead to the midpoint of the video you wish to edit. You will notice a red and green marker bookending either side of the playhead. Drag the green marker to identify the start point of the clip you want to edit, and drag the red marker to identify the end point. As before, if you drag the playhead to the green marker as your start point and press the play button, you will preview the portion of the track you are about to cut. At this point, it's important to note the difference between using the Cut icon on screen and the Delete button on your keyboard. The Cut icon removes the selection from the timeline and automatically connects the remaining parts together. The Delete button will remove the selection from the timeline without connecting the remaining parts. Let's see how this works. Pressing the Cut icon snaps the parts of the track together. If we undo that and press the Delete button on our keyboard, it leaves a blank space between the sections. This is useful if you want to insert some other media into your project, and we'll cover that in more detail in the next video. Now let's try clipping off any unwanted media from the end of the track. Select the playhead and drag it to the end point of the shorter track, then select the red marker and drag it to highlight the part of the clip you want to cut. Just like before, you can use the Cut icon to remove your selection from the track. Alternatively, you can shorten a track by selecting it at the end, then hovering your cursor at the end of the track until the double arrow appears. You can then drag your cursor to select the unwanted portion of the track. That's it! Now you know how to preview your selections before making cuts to the beginning, middle, or end of your video. You have also learned how to make cuts to audio tracks, video tracks, or both. Take a moment to practice some of your new skills. First, preview the selections you want to cut. Then, cut any part of your audio track, leaving your video track intact. Now, cut both tracks and snap them together so that the final product is exactly the way you want it. In our next video, we'll show you how to take these skills deeper by adding new clips to your project. Thanks for watching Camtasia Cues!